Hey, everybody.
Hello.
Hi. So we're going to do things a little differently this week. First of all, we're actually starting at 5 o'clock.
We're starting really early this week, which may or may not be a regular thing. So that's not what I tried to do.
What are you doing?
I'm trying to get rid of this.
Giving people their... So with the way our shipments are arriving now, it's getting really difficult to get everything done in time to do a full-on
To do the full video like we
awesome
usually
video
do.
that we do.
Well,
Yes, I'm going to call it awesome.
oh, okay.
You know, if I tell them it's awesome, then it'll be
Don't
awesome.
go back and watch the previous ones.
Anyway, we're just going to the number ones. The new this week's and
The new number ones.
the new number ones this week. And just, anytime you want to see something, also he's still having that issue with the wow. The book is way more important than us. If you're going to do that, you should do the books and us small.
Yeah, really.
That actually would probably be better. Do the books and us small.
Hang on a minute.
Oh, that shows a lot of the floor.
So you need to get, line it up better. But we could do that if you wanted to. I have no problem with that.
No, well, next time we'll do that next week, okay? It's like we do this every week for us to get this right.
All right.
Anyway, look, it's time for calendars. Did you know it was time for calendars?
It's just about, yeah.
So anyway, our first calendar for this year is Godzilla, and it's a 16-month calendar.
I'm going to stop trying to get rid of that video because I can't do it.
It won't go away. It's doing that same button thing that it was doing last week. So yeah, anyway, so let's get started with our comics. And we're starting with the new Absolute Power #1. It's called Super Sun.
It's a one-shot special. John Kent fights back in this oversized Absolute Power special. Jonathan Kent has suffered more than most at the hand of the Trinity of Evil, but the son of Superman will summon the will to fight back. In this special oversized edition of Absolute Power, we'll travel to the depths of despair as one of the most powerful beings on the planet Earth must reckon with his own past to save his future, and the road to recovery will pave the way for a critical new chapter in the journey of the Super Sun. It's a clash of power, a tale of self-discovery, and a reign of the Ultramen in Absolute Power Super Sun.
And in case you couldn't tell by the fact that you can see the reflection of the camera, this one's foiled. So it's a full art logo, foil logo. Let you hold that one up over there, so you can show the reflection of your computer. And then we'll move on to all new Henry and Glenn. They're making comics about us again.
I did not know this, but many, many years ago, someone started doing comics of supposed roommates, Henry Rollins and Glenn Danzig. Do you know who either of those people are? No, they're both musicians. Glenn Danzig, death metal, I guess, maybe would be the best phrase for it. He also published the Verotic line of comics for a while. We've had some of those come in here recently. And then Henry Rollins from Black Flag, I believe it is. You would know music from at least Henry Rollins. So anyway, everyone's favorite aging punk odd couple lights up the page once more in the first all-new Henry and Glenn floppy comic in a decade. Inside, you'll find I Don't Want to Be Buried, the first chapter of a new story written and drawn by Tom Neely. Our squabbling, loving heroes have adopted a new cat they named Iggy. Iggy and Henry become best friends, but Glenn has a lot of trouble connecting with the new kitty. Also, Henry gets cast in a new movie directed by John Twatters. So Glenn gets left home alone with Iggy, and it does not go well. You'll also find a retrospective of Henry and Glenn lore and collectibles, and a comic short true tale of Henry and Glenn featuring the time Tom sat on a plane next to the drummer for Sam Hain. Plus a cameo from Henry and Glenn's neighbors, Daryl and John. That's Daryl Hall and John Oates. And some spicy new pinups, including a backup cover by Justin Hall. So between the Peanuts homage cover and the absolute absurdity of this book, I just had to order it. All worshipped with this. This is not, I should maybe mention, approved by either Henry Rollins or Glenn Danzig.
And it's time for the first facsimile of the week. This is obviously the DC facsimile, and it is Golden Age size. So it is full size, right? Because this was a Golden Age book.
Yeah.
It's Detective Comics number 27. We also have a blank cover, so you can get your favorite artist to draw their version of the cover for you. And, of course, a foil cover. So if you want your facsimile to shine, you can do that. Next is The Body Trade, number 1 of a 5-issue series from Mad Cave Studios. Kim Krillick is a divorced ex-con who's trying to atone. However, his short temper tends to get the best of him. When he returns to Florida to bury his estranged son, he's sickened to find an empty grave. His son's remains were sold into the body trade. Armed with righteous fury, Kim sets out to reclaim his child's corpse. But one act of vengeance causes everything to spiral out of control. The Body Trade is an unrelenting revenge story set against the backdrop of America's aftermarket for dead bodies. Critically acclaimed writer Zach Thompson and star artist Jock team up for this neo-noir crime thriller rife with bloodshed and brutality in the tradition of Blue Ruin and Hell or High Water.
All right.
And that which I thought was an ocean without really looking at it, in your picture, you can very tell is a bunch of bodies. Ah, okay. Did not see that when I just glanced at the cover. All right, so we're moving on to a new comic from Blood Moon Comics. It's Caligera.
That's what I would go with.
Number 1 of 3.
3 unlikely individuals from Mexico with newfound superhuman abilities find themselves joining forces to combat a common enemy. Embark on this epic journey into the world of Caligera, filled with an emotional roller coaster of action, adventure, laughter, heartbreak, love, and characters finding the strength to take matters into their own hands to save not only their own country, but the world.
Okay, then.
I like the cover.
Hey, look, it's a new number 1 from Marvel. And although this is an X-Men, it is Dazzler. And she's not, per se, one of the, A-list X-Men. So we have her in both places. So if you're coming in to read an X-Men story, you can find Dazzler in the X-Men. And if you're just coming in because you love Dazzler and you want to read a story just about her, she's also under D for Dazzler, which is where she is now. Take it away, Derek.
So bright this star. Dazzler, Marvel's glittering mutant songstress, has been in and out of the limelight over the years. But now the time has finally come for her to take center stage. Dazzler embarks on a new world tour, the culmination and celebration of her entire musical career. And along for the ride is her new road crew. Now I'm editorializing it now, just so you know, and we bring in just 3 random X people because why not? Her new road crew: Domino, Strong Guy, and Multiple Man.
Well, but that makes sense. Domino, good luck. So things will go well. Strong Guy for picking up and carrying those big heavy amps and things. And Multiple Man, because that way all those things that need to get done backstage, it only takes 3 people because Multiple Man can be all the other people.
Okay.
It makes sense.
Sure it does.
If you agree with me, post a comment below.
But while Dazzler may be ready to focus on her music, her celebrity mutant status and a violent attack may sideline the entire endeavor before it's even begun. Each issue features original song lyrics from Allie's notebook. Don't miss the concert and comic event of the year. You know, I have to say, the single most disappointing I love was Deadpool Wolverine, right?
What?
Deadpool comes first. Deadpool
Yeah.
Wolverine. I love Deadpool Wolverine. Thought it was a phenomenal movie. Really enjoyed it. The one thing that disappointed me the most about it, though, was that we didn't get the long-rumored Dazzler appearance, played by Taylor Swift or anybody else. But Taylor Swift was perfect. But they really should have had Dazzler. Very disappointed in that. Anywho, I think Marvel is too. That's why they're doing a Dazzler mini-series, because they thought she was going to be in the movie. Can't imagine why else they're doing a Dazzler
There's
series.
a foil in there if you want to hold up the foil.
There's a foil. Oh, there's a foil. With art by Kara Andrews. It's Marvel foil cover.
Care, not car. I
I
noticed that was car.
don't know, but that's not right. Not even close to right. Well, I mean, it is, I guess, technically, but not really.
Deathlock, the 50th anniversary special, celebrating 50 years of the world's most offbeat superhero. Luther Manning became one of Marvel's most recognized cyborgs as his astonishing tales set the standard for comic book sci-fi and dystopian futures. Now we travel back to the ruins of Manhattan for an action-packed, laser-blasting, building-smashing, explosive adventure uncovering secrets of a world that will excite new and longtime fans. Travel to the world of tomorrow that went horribly wrong, filled with dangers around every corner, brutal villains, a reluctant half-man, half-machine hero named Deathlock, and an ending designed to shock your technology-tormented brain. That was all capital letters, by the way.
Yes.
Designed to shock your technology-tormented brain. So if you don't have a technology-tormented brain, are you not going to be shocked?
It won't shock you.
Gotcha.
It's just if your brain is tormented by technology.
Yes, it's only your brain.
And if your fingers are tormented by technology, doesn't matter. You're fine. Just if it's your brain.
You mean the rest of you is tormented by technology and its inability to do anything you ask it to do, like me?
Keep going.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, so this is the Deathlock from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., right?
Well, it's the character that was based on. Yes.
Okay. Just trying to get myself caught up. I am at a deficit when it comes to superheroes. The Graveyard Club from Boom Studios. And this is a square-bound, nice-sized book.
I didn't realize it was square-bound. Huh? Gravesend is as sleepy a town as they come, especially being surrounded by cemeteries. And the local kids could think of nowhere else they'd rather wreak harmless havoc. But being surrounded by graveyards comes with the pervasive reminder that there are more dead than there are living. This town is an endlessly eerie place with no shortage of strange and dangerous happenings. And when high schooler Parker West pulls what seems like a harmless prank, he may be putting his friends in more danger than he can imagine. Legendary author R.L. Stine and rising star artist Carola Borelli launch a coming-of-age horror series, a breakfast club in a graveyard filled with frights, both nostalgic and new, for fans of Lock and Key and Chilling Adventures of Sabrina. One of the books I'm very much looking forward to reading this week.
Oh. Woo!
Like,
Jenny tried to take off. That is a really sweet cover.
it is. It's a really nice Jenny.
I love Jenny. But anyway, but Cal Mercado also did the Unlockable, which is the full art of the A cover.
It is a sound book.
It is. Holmes and Houdini, Curse of Moriarty, a one-shot from Zenescope. Spencer Holmes and Erica Houdini return from another supernatural case of mayhem. But this time their investigation leads them to Victorian England, where the world's most famous detective, and Spencer's ancestor, Sherlock Holmes, was ensnared in a deadly game of his own against his most malevolent nemesis, Professor James Moriarty. What secrets lie in this dark tale? And what could Moriarty be dabbling in that brings in the famed vampire hunter Lascelles Van Helsing? Don't miss this century-spanning mystery that will change everything we thought we knew about the great detective. There's, Van Helsing.
That is a sweet towel cover.
That is really a sweet cover. So this is not a number one, but I know we were featuring these covers and I wanted to share this with you. So this is Incredible Hulk number 17, the Ryan Meandering MCU concept art variant.
Really nice cover.
Yep, super sweet covers, those MCU covers. Maybe. Okay, moving on is our next, I say facsimile, but it's not. It's an archive edition. It's not a facsimile.
This is neither of those things. This is a new story.
It's a new story?
Yes. I'll explain it in a minute.
Okay.
Jim Henson's Labyrinth, number 1 of 8 from Boom Studios. Ahead of the landmark 40th anniversary of Jim Henson's seminal film in 2025, Boom Studios proudly presents the first ever graphic adaptation of A.C.H. Smith's beloved novelization, which includes moments and scenes never shot or captured in the final feature film. Through dangers untold and hardships unnumbered, join Sarah for the very first time, or discover this brand new adaptation of her surreal adventure through the twisting and changing paths to the castle beyond the Goblin City, determined to save her brother Toby from the Goblin King, Jareth. The answer to the magic is writer Kayla Vanderkloot and artist Giorgio Spalletta visualized the entire story for the first time. So Jim Henson made a movie, and they hired somebody named A.C.H. Smith to write a novel. And apparently this person wrote the novel based on an early script. So it differs in some ways.
He wrote the novel in 1986. I know this because inside in the indices it says based on 1986. Which is why I thought it was a facsimile, because it has a previous published date.
Gotcha. But no, this will if you're a fan of Labyrinth, this will have new stuff in it that you haven't seen before, because it was not in the final cut of the film. I don't think they've ever done a director's cut. Now that Henson's dead, I guess they really can't do a director's cut.
Anyway, moving on. The Masked Matcher.
Nope. I can't. My Yiddish is not what it used to be, but it's a Yiddish word meaning like a fixer, a guy who takes care of
Masked Matcher.
It's the 1930s, and aspiring actor Tony Hollywood is about to make his big break. He's finally gotten an audition for the role that will change his life, but a flat tire sends him to a different stage. Breaking down outside a wrestling arena lands him a new part to play, the Masked Matcher. Hey, it pays, even if no one knows what a macher. It's got to the Yiddish, hard CH is. So anyway.
Okay. It's time for another new number one, because, that's what we're doing today. It's Mark Spears' Monsters from Keen Spot Entertainment.
From award-winning artist Mark Spears comes all new horror series Monsters. Based on his hit trading card series of the same name, Spears brings classic monsters to life with a modern twist. Set in the early 1980s, so a semi-modern twist, a retired monster slayer from a forgotten era learns that an old friend has disappeared and a malevolent force from his past has resurfaced. Reluctantly, the mysterious slayer is pulled back into the realm of the supernatural, determined to confront the ancient evil once again and prevent it from wreaking havoc on the world once more. Meanwhile, two seasoned detectives are investigating a grisly series of murders, and a group of kids embark on their own adventure after witnessing what they believe to be their recently deceased neighbor wandering the streets at night. I hate it when your neighbors don't stay dead. I hate it. This book has a lot of really awesome covers, though. This one being one of them, I think.
Yes, and there were homage covers. If you know what the homages were, post it in the comments below. We might have a drawing of some kind or another.
Oh, okay. Well, no, it's my favorite, but I won't say which one it was then. Sure.
Oh, and this one's foil. Okay, the moon is following us.
This is not only foil, but it's also a flip book. You have two covers, so the back cover is also foil, and it's one of the other covers.
This is number 1 of 10 from Image Comics.
Before she reads this, let me just say right now, there was an issue with a bunch of Image books this week that delayed them coming into the distributor in time to come out for this week. So there are, and unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on how you look at it, it wasn't the entire run of said books. It was like some of the variants. So we have some copies of some things, and we don't have other copies because they'll be in next week. If the moon is following us, there are at least 1 or 2 variants, and those will be in next week. Okay, go ahead.
Sam and Duncan Lamar love their 6-year-old daughter Penny more than anything in the whole world. But half a year ago, she was taken by the Cascade, an evil force they barely understand. Now, Sam and Duncan must fight side by side with the magical beings Penny cherished to try and get her back before she's gone forever.
I have to say,
what?
This is a horrible description.
They love Penny more than anything in the world, but half a year ago, she was taken by the Cascade, who is evil. But now they are going to fight side by side with the magical beings Penny cherished to try and get her back. So Sam and Duncan are human. Penny is human, but Penny had magical friends.
Yes. Their 6-year-old daughter, Penny, had magical friends.
Wow, that is like
the description
wow.
is I'm sure they could have written it worse if they tried.
I feel like we need to start having a competition to see who can rewrite the descriptions better.
I don't know if it was like a much longer description and they edited it down to what somebody who doesn't really speak English thought was the proper description. I haven't read it yet, so I can't really say much else about it than what that says. But I do want to read it. It seems to touch on things that I would like. But yeah, that description just really doesn't do it service. Anyway.
Okay. Hey, look! It's Warner Brothers Multiverses Collision Detection! Number 1 of 6 from DC Comics.
Does it say Warner Brothers?
It does. The hit video game is now a can't-miss comic. Bruce Wayne, Diana Prince, and Clark Kent each wake in a cold sweat, troubled by strange dreams they've had about the Rabbit, the Star Child, and the Witch. Their investigation into these enigmatic visions brings them to unexplored locales and unusual characters, but none more unusual than the mysterious rabbit from their dreams as they find themselves face to face with the one and only Bugs Bunny. What the heck is going on here? And who in the name of the multiverse are the Star Child and the Witch? The hit video game spills from your screen and into the DCU, and it's bringing a whole lot of friends from some of your favorite universes with it.
Okay, I haven't played the video game. I have no clue who they're talking about by the Star Child and the Witch. I mean, the only in Warner Brothers cartoon.
You mean the Star Child?
Oh, okay, he's from something else. Okay, I have no idea what the Witch is from. Interesting.
The Witch could be from Scooby-Doo. She's bad.
Could be.
She's bad. He's bad. They're bad. Whatever.
I recognize the Star Child now. You pointed it out to me, but I can't think of what the character was called.
Nexus newspaper strips, Volume 2, Number 1 of 5, from Rude Dude Productions. Having narrowly evaded the world-destroying being known as Gormando, Nexus is now confronted with the formidable task of his planet's reconstruction. Still concerned about the long overdue absence of his beloved friend Dave, Nexus finds himself dealing with the added nuisance of Earth journalist Nipsey Conniption, suspicious of his immense powers and determined to disgrace him with her loyal galaxy of followers. Steve Rude revives Nexus in a new comic strip format as he takes on the role of writer, penciler, letterer, inker, and cover artist.
So, if you're a fan of Nexus from the early days of independent comics, this is a continuation of that story told by Steve Rude, the guy who created Nexus. How thick is the book? It's a regular book, right?
Yeah.
So it's a regular size comic. Nothing odd about it, other than the fact that it is super, super cheap. The cover price is the cover price or our cost? Cover price is only $1 for the first issue. We have ordered the first, second, and third issues. Diamond, in their infinite wisdom, the distributor that's handling this publisher, decided to send us the first and the third this week. So we will have the rest, or number 2, hopefully next week.
It's newspaper.
Nexus goodness in comic strip form. How is it so cheap?
Register, a one-shot from Good Trouble Productions.
Register by Andrew Aden and Valentine Delandro is a captivating journey through American constitutional amendments, focusing on the 26th and the 15th. Ideal for March enthusiasts, the graphic novel series by John, I don't remember his last name.
I don't know. You told me.
The U.S. Senator. It blends history with contemporary narratives, offering an inspirational read for all ages. It also includes an exclusive behind-the-scenes look at the making of the book, I presume.
Or at registering. Do both.
It's a sister book to last week's Recognized, which was about LGBTQ plus stuff.
All right, it's Resurgence of the Valiant Universe.
Welcome to the Resurgence of the Valiant Universe. This is it, the series that will change our heroes forever. The event of the summer is here. Prepare to see the unexpected. The rise of Dr. Silk, once an infamous villain, now a beacon of hope. He brings forth radical ideas of a utopian world where death is no longer a part of the human experience. Many people will see him as a leader of peace and change, while others question his actions as everything has a cost, and Earth starts to break into different realities. With the help of Master Dark, Silk makes his silent magical/technological attack on the Faraway, causing many sinkholes to appear and panicking the world. Conflicts break out, war emerges, Dr. Silk and his weavers craft webs of eternal life in a world shattered. Can our heroes navigate this new world order? The battle lines are drawn, and the only question is whose side you will be on when the dust settles. Featuring Exo Manowar, Bloodshot, Eternal Warrior, Ninjak, Ivar, Rai, Livewire, Faith, and more. Crafted by the stellar team of Becky Cloonan, Michael W. Conrad, and new rising star artist Guillermo Fajardo, the Valiant universe will never be the same. I'm curious. When these characters were originally created back at the original Valiant comics by Jim Shooter, there were some really awesome characters and had some really great stories. Unfortunately, they've never been able to regain that fame.
And you're all welcome to enjoy the fireworks.
But I'm hoping maybe this will be the book that finally does it.
Next I have is a number 2. And the reason I have this number 2 for you is SIR. Is because this is one of our buy number 1, get number 2 free. So we do still have several copies of number 1 available. I highly recommend this book. I really enjoyed it. Have you read it yet?
No.
No. See, he never reads anything I recommend, but he gets mad when I don't read anything.
This is not
he
true. It is not that I don't read them intentionally.
But anyway, I really enjoyed this book, and I think you will love it too because it is high school-esque pranks. I guess they're high schoolers. They ride motorcycles in
competition.
somewhat sanctioned Killbot competitions. Yeah, it's like jousting on motorcycles kind of thing.
All right. Yeah.
That's the Sir.
Throwback to like Knights.
Yeah. I really enjoyed it. I'm looking forward to finding out what happens. And then I love the fact that the full art 1 in 10 is by Fellhound. But if you notice, they did this on number 1 as well. It's the full art of the regular cover, but it's inverted. So she is up in the air as opposed to down on the ground.
It is fun. I like that.
So it's different art, but it's the same. So it's kind of cool. All right. Moving on to Spawn Violator, number 1 of 6 from Image Comics.
Finally, the one true origin story of the Violator, as told by the most unbelievable and unreliable narrator of all time. Follow the journey of your favorite demon from his start in the celestial heavens through his fall and descent into hell, and finally his banishment to Earth. He existed throughout human history, living in the shadows and pulling the strings of some of the most powerful people to ever live. 6 huge, oversized issues, 6 incredible artists, 6 different points in history. Eisner-winning writer Mark Andreyko and a murderous row of artists take you to hell and back in this epic series. We finally get the origin of Todd McFarlane's Spawn nemesis, the Violator.
Spider Boy is our annual for the week.
That's another book that will have extra covers next week.
This is Infinity Watch Part 8.
Spider-Boy is juggling being Spider-Man's sidekick, keeping his friends safe, and just being a regular kid. But nothing stops him from jumping in when trouble is brewing. This time he's joined by Multitude, who has the Soul Stone, and Prince of Power, who has the Power Stone, of course, as they face off against a mysterious evil they vow to stop. This has got to be about the end of the Infinity Watch stuff, isn't it?
I would hope so.
Please tell me it is.
You didn't say Part 8 of 8. You just said it was Part 8.
This is true.
I mean, who else needs an annual yet?
To me, nobody. But that's, Marvel and I don't frequently see eye to eye on what people need.
Spirits of Vengeance, #1 from Marvel Comics.
Johnny Blaze, Danny Ketch, Robbie Reyes, The Hood, Kushala. Many have borne the title Spirit of Vengeance, and as its most recent claimant has embarked on its final ride to explosive results, others still stir in the darker corners of the Marvel universe. And one in particular has a strong connection to two Ghost Riders. It's a stronger connection to two Ghost Riders than the rest, and after years, it's ready to show its fangs again at last. I am not sure that I understand that description.
I don't know, but I love Federico Ventini's Robbie Reyes Ghost Rider.
I like the art. I despise the character.
Yeah, but that card with the fire around the car, that is sweet.
Yeah, but I'm sorry. Johnny Blaze is the one true Ghost Rider. Danny Ketch was okay. He made sense. And after that, it just, yeah. With the possible exception of Helverine, because that's just fun.
I was going to say, they didn't talk about Helverine in their thing there. Helverine, he's been the Spirit of Vengeance.
Yeah.
I mean, that's pretty cool. Wolverine is the...
Well, it's not Wolverine, Logan Wolverine. It's his son Dakin, it was Wolverine in the first appearance, but then in the series it was Dakin, his son. But anyway.
That's a Skull on Fire cover there.
That should have been a foil cover.
Oh, that would have been sweet.
That would have been so sweet. I don't know how Marvel decides these things. That should have been a foil cover.
Hey, have you had enough TMNT?
Oh, I have had more than enough TMNT.
No, you haven't. Because you haven't had Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Nation. It's a new #1 from IDW Publishing. It's a new ongoing series.
I don't care if you have to.
Part 1 of the Raphael flashback adventure arc, Attack on Area 51. After the events of the Armageddon game, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles found themselves at a crossroads, attempting to keep their family united while individually feeling the need to break away and explore life in a world that knows about mutants. To clear his head, Raphael jumps on his motorcycle and heads west on a solo road trip with the wind at his back and no destination in mind. Until a dormant enemy out for revenge on the Turtles engineers a dangerous detour to Area 51. When Raphael is held hostage with some unexpected old friends, his soul-searching quest mutates into a crisis as he brawls in the desert to keep the EPF cache's coveted technology out of the wrong hands. Whew. Will Raphael find his new purpose away from his brothers, or just more trouble than he can handle alone? Tom Waltz, the TMNT mastermind and co-writer of TMNT The Last Ronin, returns to... he moved the thing, I lost it. Returns to tell brand new stories about everyone's favorite anthropomorphic misfits with artist Vincenzo Federici. Plus, writer Eric Burnham presents a 4-issue bonus backup after the events of the untold destiny of the Foot Clan. Can Casey Jones tolerate Kara's? Sure, Kara's? Whatever. Descent into ruthlessness, or will he turn his back on the Foot? The answer ripples into an upcoming action in Jason Aaron's TMNT. The Arc of Mutant Nation will feature 2 stories exploring different corners of the TMNT universe, easily accessible to casual fans, but with ties connecting the ongoing series and Night Watcher. Expect old favorites and new surprises. Whew, that was a
like I said, I wasn't going to read
long description.
I had to copy and paste it. I wasn't going to read it.
Anyway.
So yeah, if you're enjoying Jason Aaron's Turtles new series, then you want to pick this up because it's going to lead into that and out of that and all around that.
And if you're joining the Foot Clan, you need to pick this up because there's Casey Jones in his Foot Clan outfit.
And if you're reading the new Night Watcher book, it's going to have stuff to do with that too. So anyway.
And if you're watching the new mini micro series on, what is it on? Is it on Apple?
I have no idea. What are we talking
about? No, Netflix. Netflix? Apple? No.
What are we talking about?
There's a new TMNT. It's an 8-issue series, TV series.
8 episodes?
Mm-hmm. Post in the comments below what you think. Do I need to convince him to watch it? Because he won't watch it unless somebody tells him to. The Tin Can Society, #1 of 9 from Image Comics.
First stunning issue of a brand new series from Giant Generator, showcasing the first graphic novel work by screenwriter Peter Warren, with jaw-dropping art by Francisco Mobley, and beautifully colored by Chris Chuckry. Johnny Moore is a world-famous tech mogul known as much for his work pioneering mobility aids for people with disabilities like himself as he is for moonlighting as the metal-suited vigilante Caliber. But when Johnny is found murdered and his suit stolen, his estranged childhood best friends reunite to solve the mystery of his murder. The Tin Can Society is a heartfelt and human look at the evolution of friendships across a lifetime, at disability and ableism, and the destructive power of fame. Exciting and new. I love those. I don't know why that's fame. That's where I meant to go, but for some reason Love Boat wants to be there, so that's what we got instead.
I'm gonna learn how to fly. Hi. See, he's flying. Hi. Okay.
I love Fame, the TV show.
Oh, I do too. It's awesome.
Did not care for the movie.
Venom War Deadpool number 1 of 3.
Deadpool kills the symbiote plague. The merc with a mouth bit off more than he can chew. A horde full of ravening zombiots. Who has Wade not curse word off badly enough to actually lend him a hand? Fan favorite Deadpool scribe Cullen Bunn is back for more mercenary mayhem.
But wait, there's more Venom War. That's right, Venom War Lethal Protectors number 1 of 3 from Marvel Comics.
Silver Sable and the Symbiote Squad joined the Venom War. Sable's assembled a new hyper-lethal mercenary team of redacted in order to steal classified. Standing in their way, bloodthirsty zombiots. Time to fight fire with fire by unleashing the Life Foundation symbiotes, Scream, Riot, Agony, Lasher, and Phage against their foes. Sure.
So Scream, Riot, Agony, Lasher, and Phage are all on Silver Sable's team?
Or
are we fighting them?
No, I think they're
trying to fight fire with fire. So yeah, they're pulling them out
to fight against the zombiots. But I don't think they're necessarily on her team. I think her team is somebody else.
Her team is redacted and classified.
Yeah. Well, they're stealing classified, but her team is redacted. Also, would have made a really nice foil cover.
Yeah, that would have been. Silver Sable and foil would be hot.
No, we don't have a description for the 10th reprint of a book.
We don't, but that is not new this week.
No, you're done.
Okay. Yes, so we're done with descriptions, but we're not done with books because check this out, guys. It is the 10th, that's right, 1-0 reprinting of Void Rivals number 1. Now, if you have not read Void Rivals number 1, you need to. Absolutely need to read Void Rivals. I cannot tell you how much I enjoyed this book. I did not think I would. I thought, yeah, whatever, Energon Universe, okay, it's Transformers, it's G.I. Joe, it's okay, yeah, whatever, it's going to be fine. He's not saying anything because that's exactly how he went into this with its Energon Universe, with its Transformers and G.I. Joe, and who cares. But I have to say, I really, really enjoyed this. It's super fun. There is a Transformer, and there's other characters that make appearances throughout the series, and they are all 3 connected. It is the actual Energon universe.
I can talk now. So yes, Energon Void Rivals number 1, and I think I read the first 2 so far, is actually really good. I enjoyed it. I didn't think I would. I've never been a Transformers fan. I know nothing about the Transformers after my time. Anyway,
see
why I'm trying to keep silent is because it's been reprinted 9 times already. This is the 10th
I'm still
reprint.
Going with covers, by the way.
Yes, this is the 10th reprint, and to celebrate the 10th reprint, they did 10 covers of the 10th reprint. Okay, really? Is that really necessary?
This way, they won't have to make more reprints because there will be enough of the 10th printing out there that you will not need more reprints.
A literal.
But they also did them in foil. I mean, come on.
A literal forest was probably felled to do these books. Anyway.
And each of the 2 opposing teams got their own.
Embossed foil.
It is embossed foil, yes. Got their own individual cover, and that's like the reprinting of the first cover. Wasn't that a first cover? It was a printing. somewhere.
I
on
do
there.
admit I like the.
But it was
I like I'm a sucker for foil, so I like that.
And then there's a Darren Warren Johnson full art, which guess who is on the full art?
The Transformer.
A Transformer. That's right.
But anyways, in spite of the gross capitalism money grab of 10 covers for the 10th printing, I do suggest you give Void Rivals a try.
Yes.
And you don't have to read Transformers if you don't want to. Although related.
They're related. They are not crossovers. So you don't have to read Transformers to understand Void Rivals or vice versa. They are just in the same universe. So.
And if you're a nitpicker for having first printings, we do still have first printings available.
Just so you know, Transformers will show up in Void Rivals, and maybe Void Rivals will show up in Transformers.
And G.I. Joe will show up in Void Rivals as well, eventually.
Yep. Hey.
I don't think we were supposed to say that, were we?
X Factor #2.
That's not number 1.
No, it's not. You know why?
Because it's a 2, and 2 is not 1.
And 2 comes after #1.
It does.
And this is one of the ones that we said, if you buy #1, you get #2 for free.
Gotcha.
So I'm letting you know that #2 is here. We do still have plenty of copies of #1. You can buy #1 and get #2 free tomorrow when you come out to see me. That is fine. If you already bought #1, you can get #2 free. The A covers of #1.
Yes.
But any of the covers of #2 is fine. Because there's not a foil.
No.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm not quite sure where you were going there. I got lost. If you got lost too, come in and ask her about it.
The A cover. If you buy A cover #1.
Oh, I didn't realize you had to buy a cover. I think you could buy any cover.
Is that what we're doing?
That's what I thought we were doing.
Okay, never mind. If you bought #1, you can buy #2 for free. You get #2 for free. Whatever.
But I mean, we'll probably only have enough A cover #2s for the people who get it for free. I didn't order X amount of all of them so they could pick which one they wanted. Anyway, that's all the new books for this week.
You get 1 free. You can't have all of them free. You get 1 free.
I don't think there are also. I don't know how much. Did you bring new manga up? Or?
I did.
Okay.
That is the comics. But now we have the #1s in graphic novels. So prepare yourself. Beneath the trees where nobody sees. It's an adorable serial killer. What more do I have to say?
It is an adorable story. Strongly
I didn't say story. I said serial killer. Finally, murder and forensics are adorable. All right, and then we have Maria Lovett's Crave.
Much less adorable. Really
Crave, a mysterious app that promises to make your desires come true, spreads among the students of an elite university who use it as a hookup app. David, a top student, engages in a game of seduction with unattainable Alexandria. But as requests to the app escalate and wreak havoc on campus, David and his friends' only chance to stop the spiral is to find out what really lies behind Crave. All right, we got a couple of D&D books. This is super sweet and is probably going to be mine. So if you want a copy, you can come and hurry up and get it.
We can reorder.
It's called The Book of Concealment.
I like that they use the art style from the...
A game screen and a journal in one. Designed for all players and games. This case of this journal unfolds into a 4-panel game screen, slided off to reveal a stunningly illustrated scene by artist Hydro74. Use the screen to shield your own stats and strategies for total concealment, and the gridded paperback journal to capture your campaign, build worlds, and jot down other notes from your sessions.
It's taped. We can't open it up.
No, we cannot. I tried. Also in D&D, we have Dungeons and Dragons Dungeon Club, Time to Party. That's a hardcover.
With a dust jacket.
Who's ready to party? Olivia loves being dungeon master of her after-school club, creating a world with magic and epic battles where adventure can be found around every corner. She's always felt at home in her game, but now, with new members and new plot lines, her world has gotten more complicated than ever. It doesn't help that when Olivia's older sister Lou comes home from college and brushes off all of Olivia's hard work, telling her to get real. The seed of doubt is planted, and suddenly the colorful world of her game starts to fade around her. Will Olivia be able to keep everything from changing, or will the party fall apart? Does it go black and white at one point? That'll be interesting. No, it does not. Anyway, super cool. And lastly, in our D&D world, we have how not to get eaten by owlbears.
Really good advice.
Absolutely.
I wouldn't want to be by an owl bear.
It is full of like journalists. It's done with like a journal kind of theory of like ideas behind things to do on different. It's really kind of fun. So fey pastry musts, fairy cakes, pixie pies, and sprite scones. Tip: avoid ones that giggle when bitten. They bite back. I nibbled a pixie pie. The chuckling cherries nipped me back. Hope I'm as tasty as they were. They say the fruit picks itself, preferring the company of your plate to the bush. So super fun. Godzilla: The War for Humanity.
We read the description of when the comic came.
We did. That's true. Atsuki note. There's no such thing as a simple crush. Shoya, a high school boy whose heart has never known romance, comes across an internet diary filled with wistful whispers of love toward the writer's same-sex crush. A photo posted to the page provides a hint as to the blog's owner. Tsubame, a fellow classmate known for being a lone wolf. Shayo realizes that his friend Ryu is the object of the diary writer's affections, so he attempts to play matchmaker. But where will his own feelings take him in the process? I abandoned my engagement because my sister is a tragic heroine, but somehow I became entangled with a righteous prince.
Damn.
It's just a short little title there. She's in for the royal treatment. Leia, a saint of the kingdom of Al-Sad, had her happily ever after shattered when her tragic heroine of a younger sister accuses her of abuse. Believing the lies, Leia's fiancé breaks off their engagement, leaving her despondent. But a surprise encounter with the crown prince changes everything. Charming and righteous, Prince Eric is determined to discover the truth about Leia's character by having her come live with him in the royal palace.
Alrighty.
I cross-dressed for the IRL meetup. A lighthearted comedy about love, friendship, gender nonconformity, and what it means to be your true self. Coco has made 3 best friends in her monthly meetup group, where girls get together every month to quell their sweet tooth by meeting up at the cutest and trendiest new dessert cafes. Coco is in for the sweets, really, but she's also harboring a few secrets. Not only does Coco have a crush on another one of the girls in the group, Opera, but she's actually a guy named Satoshi who's been cross-dressing in order to attend the all-girls group. Oh boy, that's not going to go well.
I miss simpler times.
It is time for Little Black Book from AWA. Another one that we read the description of when it came out. Hey, look, it's time for Christmas. Did you know it was time for Christmas?
I did not know it was time for Christmas.
It's time for Christmas. It's Minecraft festive ideas. More than 50 wonderful winter builds. So you can dress up your Minecraft in the holiday spirit. Obviously, you need to start working on it now so that when Christmas comes around, you're ready to go.
It's hardcover.
It is. Nightmare Before Christmas. Manga. Not a number 1. Spoil me, please, Hinorori-san. The class princess is a needy mess. Known throughout the school for her selfishness and perfect grades, Yaya Suo has won the admiration of every single underclassman, including Icho Hinamori. Turned down by her crush because of her childish image, Ichiko wishes nothing more than to be as mature and elegant as her senpai. But Ichiko's perfect image of Yaya is shattered when she comes across the wallowing in self-pity one day. The real Yaya is a clumsy, clingy, and selfish, not at all like the perfect act she puts on. What's more, she's definitely starved for attention and now won't leave Ichiko alone. Stitch and the Samurai.
I love this cover.
He's riding a
Looks like he's riding
hobby
Stitch,
horse.
but Stitch is riding a hobby horse.
While fleeing the Galactic Federation, Stitch's spaceship crash lands in the middle of a battlefield in Sengoku era Japan. Amidst the explosion, Lord Mason, the stoic and brutal leader of the Yamato clan, discovers Stitch and is quickly captivated by his cuteness. But Lord Mason's decision to bring the blue Tanuki home leads to another chaotic event after another, with Stitch always at the center of the laughter. Follow Stitch as he travels through Japan with new friends, plays games with mysterious ghosts, and uncovers the secrets of a modern utopia built by aliens, Jumba and Tweekly. Can Stitch and the samurai deal with the alien attackers without alerting the rest of the locals? Will this invasion ruin Yamato's plan to gain political power in Japan? Collects all 3 volumes of Stitch and the Samurai.
That's a pretty hefty book.
It is. But this is also a hefty book. This is Hot Paprika.
Merca and also is Hot Paprika.
In 2022, a Harvey Award winner for Best International Book and 2024 Eisner Award nominated series is back in an unmissable prestige omnibus edition that's spicier than ever.
I wonder if it's using like the original Italian artwork that maybe they changed for American publication or something. Or what?
Interesting. Tank chair. Yes, tank chair. An assassin and his devoted sister carve an ultra-violent path to recovery across a dystopic landscape. Living on Kuchinian Island, called the most dangerous town in the universe, is no easy task. Genetic doping is common for gangs to gain ultimate power. Shizuka, a young girl, takes on the most dangerous of assassin jobs, but she's not the one doing the killing. Rather, it's her brother Nagi, a strong assassin who took a bullet to protect his sister, leaving him in a comatose state and having to use a wheelchair. He's comatose, but he's killing people? Wait, what? However, Suzuki has figured out the key to waking her brother up. He must be faced with murderous intent. Thus begins a violent journey of recovery, battling the most dangerous foes. Oh, I see. When he's on an assignment, he wakes up because he's.
I guess.
I don't know. Guys, this is super sweet. It's the Hellfire Gala with all the beautiful pictures of all the beautiful outfits that everybody wore to the gala. This is a super sweet cover.
And plus all the stories that made up the
It
original.
is X-Men number 21, Marauders number 21, Excalibur number 21, X-Force number 20, New Mutants number 19, X-Factor 10, Hellions 12, Sword 6, Way of X 3, X-Corp 2, Wolverine 13, Planet Size X-Men 1, plus the Hellfire Gala Guide, material from the classic X-Men number 7, and Marvel's Voices Pride, and more.
It's all the first Hellfire Gala in one hardcover book, one oversized hardcover book.
And that leads us to that which we are with today, which is Batman Day. Tell us about Batman Day, Derek.
Batman Day is this coming Saturday. We will have a bunch of some reprints, some new stuff, all of it Batman Day exclusive covers and whatnot. Yeah, that is a new collection of the Long that's Jeff Loeb and Tim Sales of the Long Halloween. Jeff Loeb will be doing that is a reprint of the first issue from way back when. Jeff Loeb will be doing a new, the final part of the Long Halloween storyline. It was always planned from the get-go. It just took him and Tim Sale a while to work on it. Unfortunately, Tim Sale has passed away. So, although he did plot out most of the series with Jeff before that. Each issue will feature different artists with covers by, cover A's by Tim Sale.
We also will have Batman Elmer Fudd Special Noir Edition.
This is a black and white edition of the sold out, hard to find original Batman Elmer Fudd crossover.
Also, Joker, the World.
This is a preview of an upcoming Joker graphic novel. They did one for Batman a couple of years ago, maybe even before the pandemic now, I don't remember. Featuring stories of about the Joker from creators across the world.
And finally, Batman Wayne Family Adventures.
The YA graphic novel series has some sample stuff here in
original DC stories of Webtoon by Webtoon.
So, but all this stuff, all the Batman Day stuff, will not be available until Saturday. So make sure you come in, grab it on Saturday. We will post it in the coming soon section on our website on Wednesday, tomorrow. but like I said, you can't actually get it until Saturday. So that's it. All right. So if you like this new shorter, although it still took an hour, 24 new releases, number one's this week, plus all the manga and everything else. But if you like this new version of the video, let us know. If you
like, share, subscribe, do all those things.
Yep.
We need your help.
If you don't like it, the new shorter version, you want to see us talk about every book, let us know that too. I can't. The early 5 o'clock start probably will not be a regular thing, but anywho,
hello.
For those of you
Someone
who found
just
us,
joined us.
we've had up to 2 it.
I know. I'm just saying, someone just joined us now.
So for anybody who have found us early and got to watch us live a little bit, thank you for joining in. It's on Twitch, it's on our YouTube channel, and it's on our Facebook page. So that's it, right?
That's it.
All right. So
see you tomorrow.
As long as this button will let me hit it, we're going to log off.
We'll see how it goes and see how long it takes this week. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Come on, everybody, help us out. Come on. Click and hold. Click and hold. If I hold end stream and you click end stream, will that work?
I don't know. Try. No.
Nope. It's just asking me to copy it.
We may just actually be here
We
forever.
may just be here forever. Wow. Yeah, we need to get a new streaming platform. If you know a recommendation for a new streaming platform, be sure to let me know tomorrow.
Can't figure out what is wrong with StreamYard that it's doing this now. Got rid of one thing. Oh.
My phone just told us it's time for us to do
Stop watching us. We should be gone now. We just can't.
We just can't go away.